In the dead of winter, high in the unforgiving Ural Mountains of Russia, 9 hikers embarked on a journey that would become one of the most chilling and enduring mysteries in modern history. They never returned, and what happened to them remains unexplained to this very day. It was January 1959 when Igor Dyatlov, an experienced mountaineer, led a group of 8 young hikers on what should have been an ordinary ski trek through the rugged terrain of the Ural Mountains. These were seasoned adventurers, university students with a passion for the outdoors. Their destination? Otorten Mountain, known to the indigenous Mansi people as the Mountain of the Dead. But as the group ventured deeper into the wilderness, something went terribly wrong. Days passed without any word from the team, prompting search and rescue teams to launch a desperate operation. What they found, however, was not simply the result of an accident, but the beginning of one of the most perplexing cold cases in history. On February 26th, rescuers stumbled upon the hikers' abandoned tent. It was half buried in snow, torn open from the inside. Their belongings, food, boots, warm clothes, were all still there. But the hikers were gone. Footprints led away from the tent, barefoot, into the night. Why would they flee their shelter, into the deadly cold, without shoes? The first 2 bodies were found near the edge of the forest, almost a mile from the tent. They were wearing only their underwear, huddled near the remains of a small fire, their hands raw and blistered as if they'd tried to claw at the bark of nearby trees. Frostbite, death from exposure. But that was only the beginning. As the search continued, more bodies were discovered, scattered across the frozen landscape. Some were found with bizarre and violent injuries. One victim had a fractured skull, another had broken ribs. One woman's body was missing her tongue, her eyes. These injuries, doctors claimed, could not have been caused by a fall. They were too severe. The force required to inflict such damage would be comparable to a car crash. But there was more. The final bodies found were buried beneath several feet of snow, but their clothing was radioactive. How did they get exposed to such dangerous radiation? The official Soviet investigation concluded that the cause of death was a compelling natural force, but that answer only raises more questions. What could have caused the group to flee their tent in such a panic? Why the violent, mysterious injuries? And why the radiation? Theories have ranged from the plausible to the fantastic: an avalanche, a snowstorm so severe it caused panic, leading the hikers to disorient and flee. But none of these theories explain the brutal injuries. Some have suggested secret Soviet military tests, an explosion perhaps, or even a missile test gone wrong. Others believe something far more sinister was at play. Then there are the stories of glowing orbs seen in the sky that night, reported by nearby hikers and locals. Could they have encountered something otherworldly? Some whisper of extraterrestrial involvement, a UFO sighting that terrified the group and drove them into a panic. Others point to the local Mansi legends, warning of forbidden places in the mountains, of cursed lands where those who trespass face the wrath of the spirits. The truth of what happened to Igor Dyatlov and his team may never be known. The case was quietly closed by Soviet authorities, and documents were sealed for decades. To this day, no one has been able to unravel the mystery. What drove them from their tent that night? What powerful force, natural or otherwise, left them broken and dead in the frozen wilderness? Perhaps we will never know. Perhaps some mysteries are meant to remain unsolved. Whatever the truth may be, the Ural Mountains still keep their secrets, and the chilling echoes of that fateful night still haunt us today.